Good morning on this Friday. Man, flew through the morning show, had the great honor and privilege. She's always so good to me. Bridget Ellison, your morning news anchor. Joining the desk with her, got to anchor the morning show. Crystal is off today, and I'll be back with you Monday morning. Today we're talking about a term that has been brought up that does not exist. Claiming an intersection. It's not a thing, and we're going to break that down today a little bit. I guarantee you, I promise you, at some point, you have seen this action done. You might have been even guilty of this action. But before we get to that this morning, we are going to pull up Max 3 because we have a major traffic alert right now along State Road 417. What you're looking at right now on your screen, whether at News 6 Plus or clickorlando.com or the News 6 app, is a pretty nasty crash involving a large vehicle here with a hazmat exposure. We're told that this had several gallons of some type of acid on board. So Sky 6 is over that right now. And southbound lanes of State Road 417 are shut down between just south of Lee Vista and north of State Road 528. This is a pretty serious crash here. 3 people transported from this scene. And what you're looking at is a Sky 6 and fire crews really trying to clean this up a little bit. Other DOT cam that you're looking at here is the northbound lane, northbound lanes of 417. They're also affected because only the right travel lane is currently open. You can see crews are out here along with the response from the Orange County Fire Rescue, our amazing Florida Road Rangers, and of course the Florida Highway Patrol. You're seeing other vehicles out there as well because this involves a commercial motor vehicle, so therefore the Florida Highway Patrol activates their commercial vehicle enforcement units and they go out there. What they're going to end up doing is an inspection on that mangled vehicle to see maybe exactly how this was caused. Your delays right now are intense, and I mean intense, southbound right now along 417. We're backed up almost to Curry Ford. On the map here, let me show you exactly where we're talking about. So this is East Orange County, like I said, southbound State Road 417 at the 26-mile marker. You're dealing with a delay that is intense, all traffic being diverted to Lee Vista. So what do I mean by that? If you were traveling southbound and you're north of Lee Vista, you're getting off on Lee Vista. You're going to head west there with all that traffic out to Narcoossee Road, and then you're going to head southbound from there. This is going to be here for quite some time. Like I said, Sky 6 is over this. The biggest issue that we're going to have is people trying to get towards the airport. I want to explain what you're looking at real quickly here. You're seeing firefighters in complete hazmat gear. Those units have air tanks on them. They have complete helmets on so that they're not exposed to any of this material there. And they are trying to secure this vehicle so that Johnson's wrecker can come out here and lift this and get this out of here safely. I personally have never seen firefighters in this gear before. 15 plus years, wow, I feel old, in law enforcement, and I've never seen this type of response to an incident. So this is going to be out here, like I said, for a while. Crews are here, and we're going to be monitoring it. So please stay with clickorlando.com and for your updates for this. And once we clear it, make sure you have the News 6 app because we constantly send out push alerts. It's not just about our stories. We want you to know what's going on here in Central Florida for your travel. Our web team does an amazing job at making sure traffic is always updated. And once this is back open, I can promise you our web team will push out a push alert. So you need that downloaded News 6 app in order to get that notification. I'm going to be honest with you. The News 6 app and how we alert you is way better than what the Florida Highway Patrol social media is going to be. We're a lot more timely. So just be careful this morning as the delays are going to be there, and they're going to be there for quite some time. So back to us out here. Let's do what we were talking about. That was a good way to start. Business, right? Business. So like I said, we're out here today talking about a traffic maneuver that I see too often. I don't think a lot of people realize what they're doing And I understand why you're doing it. But on the flip end, you could be causing delays. You might even cause a situation that you're not going to enjoy very much because other drivers are going to get mad at you. And you can get a ticket for this. We see it a lot, I-4 Lee Road area. And anytime we see those flashing yellow lights, we'll see it. And a solid green arrow, or just an area where you can turn left and you have to yield a little bit. What am I talking about, guys? I know you're probably like scratching your head. Steve, you're talking a mile a minute. Let me slow down. I'm talking about when you're at a traffic light and you're ready to make a left in the intersection, and you, the driver, decide to go out into this intersection and wait. And then you're waiting for that other traffic to clear out, and then you make your left-hand turn. So in theory, what you're doing is not malicious, you're not careless, you're not reckless, but you are conducting an action in which you should not be doing. So I'll say this before we hit the road. When making a left turn, you should not start that left turn unless you can complete that left turn. So we're going to practice it, we're going to show you it, we're going to go to a stop bar, and we're going to kind of display of what we should be doing out on the road. And hopefully we don't see it, but I'm sure we will. We'll see some drivers in doing some actions that they probably shouldn't be doing. So let's come out here. I'm parked off to the side of the road real quick here along Orange Blossom. No, where am I at? I'm at John Young Parkway, just north of Shader, right here by our office. And I'm going to pull out here to the intersection, and we're going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to come on out, and we're going to get into this left lane over here on Shader. And currently there's a large semi-truck right here in front of us. So if the light up here was a flashing yellow, I'm talking about those moments where a driver pulls out, and then we're saying that we're claiming the intersection. There's no such thing. We don't own the roadways. We should not be trying to own the roadways. There are rules to how we do this. So if this, we've got a solid green arrow right now to make left, but if it was flashing and I waited out here, it would be an illegal action. Because what if, here's a good one for you, what if suddenly I got stuck? Meaning, I pulled out into the intersection and then suddenly the light changed and other traffic was moving pretty quick. All right, we're gonna go around this truck here and do it safely and make sure it's okay. The semi truck gave me a little wave around because he's doing a drop. So think about what you're doing to yourself. You're putting yourself like in harm's way. Active traffic, and you're gonna go sit out in an intersection because you are ready to make that left turn. You come out, but what happens when that light turns and you're stuck in the middle of the intersection? What are you now doing? You are obstructing the flow of traffic. You are blocking the box. Remember the other day, because we talk about so much out here, I mentioned blocking the box. That is when you're out in an intersection and you no longer have the light and now traffic can't move. Someone who thinks they can claim an intersection is now blocking the box, violating traffic control devices, and obstructing the flow of traffic. So wherever I speak for Florida, because a lot of you guys are transplants from other states, and I get these emails. And they start asking, well, up north, well, out west, or in this state. And I'm like, well, right. But if I go to another state, I need to also understand some of their traffic rules. When you're here in the state of Florida, understand I am giving you information specifically for what we do here. We're going to head west here on Silver Star in just a moment because there's a good place for that. So, like I mentioned, guys, my producer Donovan, he is from, wow, guy, wow, way to violate that guy. Can't just wait 2 seconds. All right, we're gonna make our right now. my producer Donovan just confirmed what I was saying. Up north, they allow this action. They allow you to come out into the intersection, and if you're in it, then it's legal. Now, I can't grasp or understand the logic behind it. Maybe that's something I sit down with someone who does New York traffic and they can explain it to me. But I truly feel you are putting yourself in harm's way when doing something like this. The chance for something to go wrong is too severe. And when you're placing yourself out there, you're basically saying, oh, I got this. This is my intersection. Brother, you don't own nothing on this roadway. And this car trying to make a left turn out here should not be doing that. Watch, this car is going to make an illegal left turn behind me. Ready? There it goes. Illegal. Out of the Wawa. Hence why the stanchions are there. Gosh, you guys driving me crazy today. All right. So, out here. Oh, wait. We're stuck like halfway between two cameras here. Let's try that again. Okay, there we go. So, this is a good description. So, say that the light here in front of us was a flashing left arrow. Okay? This driver in the black SUV in front of us should stay right here at the stop bar until it is completely clear for them to make the left-hand turn. You should not start your left unless you can complete your left. If the driver went out into the intersection and waited, what can happen? They have the possibility of getting stuck there. If the light changed and then the John Young Parkway was not backed up and traffic was moving, what happens if someone was up to speed by the time they got out there? They'd have to slam on the brakes, or worst case scenario, a severe crash would occur. So here's a good moment. We're going to watch and see. So the left arrow is now flashing. This Kia should sit right here until they are allowed to complete the left turn. They should not go out in the intersection and wait. And I don't know if it's because I'm behind them and they're doing the right thing, but I'm glad they are. The problem is if they got stuck out there, this whole wording of claiming the intersection, it does not exist. It is not real. You do not claim an intersection. So you have to flow with the flow of traffic in a way that is smooth, that is safe. This guy is just hanging out here, and I can appreciate that. Okay, see how they're starting to creep out a little bit? Now we're blocking the crosswalk, but we got the green arrow, so we're good to go. This Kia driver of this black SUV did exactly what was required of them, and that is highly appreciated. The problem would be is if they went out there and suddenly they were blocking the traffic. I don't know why I've got this socket wrench in here. It probably belongs to engineering, but I use it as like a little pointer. It is a moving violation. It's a $164 ticket. 3 points on your driver's license if a law enforcement officer was to catch you doing that. And paint the picture. Say you go out to I-4 and Lee Road. What happens out there? If you're eastbound on Lee Road, approaching I-4, you understand exactly what I'm talking about, especially those morning hour commutes. Because what happens? All those drivers who are getting off of I-4 to head east on Lee, what do? When they see the light turning, they stack up in the intersection, and then all of a sudden they're sitting there. I don't know about y'all, but 4 people cannot claim an intersection when my light is green. So then what occurs? All that eastbound Lee Road traffic is stuck at a green light because drivers have decided to stack up in the intersection after the light has changed. This is an obstruction of traffic, an obstruction of an intersection, really messes things up. And the problem is no one seems to understand what they're doing because we're all very selfish. We're a selfish species, and we got to beat the light. We have to get out there. I need to get where I'm going. Yeah, you do, but you need to do it safely. And when you do that, you're impeding other, and that's what messes up the timing of the traffic light, because the traffic light doesn't know that you are currently stacked up in the intersection. It has no clue. So in return, it's going to change whether it's ready to or not. Beautiful roundabout over here. Very impressive. That is a roundabout. That's a nice one out here in the packing district. Because the lights don't know whether or not you are choosing to obey the law. The light just knows if people are at the traffic light standing by. Tracking? Because it has sensors. A lot of the times the cameras you see on top of the traffic lights are not cameras. They are infrared sensors that are picking up whether or not there is a car at the light. For example, here, as I'm pulling up to here, I'm going to stop at the stop bar. I'm looking for the sensors. Okay, I can see it. There is a small white box. So we've advanced in technology a little bit. There's a small white box. There's a few of them here. I'm looking on the camera to see if you can see them. So you can't see the one I see. I have two left red arrows, right? Next to the box, there's a white sensor. That is what picks up whether or not there's a vehicle waiting here at the traffic light, and that's going to help change the traffic light timing and pattern based off of the traffic. There's also another one, very top of the traffic signal closest to us, center of the screen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights over, or excuse me, the fourth light over has a white box behind it who's monitoring where I'm parked at, because that's going to help change my light. So when we start pulling out into the intersection and waiting, you're messing everything up. You're messing the entire traffic recipe when you're doing this. Sorry, I hear like pop, pop, and I get a little nervous, but it's construction. I was getting ready to bail out of here. Oh my gosh. Oh, my heart just took off for a second. I was like, guys, something's going down. So if you're just joining us this morning, good morning. It is Friday. Traffic's a mess out there, by the way, but we're talking about obstructing travel lanes, obstructing an intersection. Specifically, you guys who like sitting in the middle of the intersection before you make your left turn. It is my sole purpose today to hopefully stop drivers from doing that, whether you know you're doing it or whether you don't realize that you're making a violation. The best part of this is, when a lot of my new 6 colleagues watch this stuff, they're like, Steve, I didn't even know that. I do that all the time. Well, if I can help my people, I know that I'm helping some of you guys. So if this light was to be flashing yellow left or just a green and I had to yield, I need to wait right here where I'm at this stop bar, to make sure that everything is safe in the intersection. Make sure I can start and complete my turn in one action. Here's something we don't think about. You're out in the middle of the intersection because you're claiming it, right? All of a sudden, an emergency happens. Police car, fire truck, ambulance. Someone needs to get through the intersection, and you're sitting there. You are now obstructing an emergency response. Same moving violation, but there's so many little things that we're doing and slowing other traffic down. So you need to be very aware of that. All right, so we're going to wait for this light to turn, and of course we're going to complete this turn nicely and safely, because we're going to get a solid green left arrow just like that. And now I complete my turn. I don't come out into the intersection. I don't sit here with my left turning signal on in the middle of the intersection. I wait at the stop bar. Beautiful packing district through here. So let's debunk it officially. Here in the state of Florida, there is no term, there is no law that supports claiming an intersection. You are by law blocking the box. I always reference Kissimmee because their signs are so clear, and I love them for it. In multiple intersections along John Young Parkway in the city, it says, do not block the box, meaning keep yourself out of the intersection. Because when we stack up in there and you can't complete it, what are you doing? You're obstructing so many other people's ways, and it's your fault. You might not be doing it maliciously, but I can promise you, you are the one in violation at that point. And we need to be very cognizant of this, because it really ticks drivers off. I can tell you right now, I've gotten frustrated and I've sat there with my horn. 3 or 4 cars sitting there because they started their left turn and then they got stuck because the traffic lights changed and they had nowhere to go. It's extremely dangerous. It's unsafe. And let's be real, I could even throw disrespectful in there, right? Just because we can do better. We can always do better out here. So, pretty easy stream today. I'm going to keep it pretty short and simple. Do not block the box whenever you're making a left-hand turn. Wait at the stop bar until you can start and complete your left turn in one single motion. Makes sense? And this is state of Florida. I understand if you're from another state, they may allow that. Just like in California, they allow lane splitting with motorcycles. Here in the state of Florida, we do not. And it is your responsibility as a driver to understand different traffic laws when you're in different states. And they change all the time depending on the state that you're in. I know right on red is different. Right on red and an arrow is different. Things like that. And it is our job together to educate each other a little bit about it. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys on this Friday. Please have a safe day. Keep in mind, 417 right now, shut down southbound at Lee Vista. All southbound traffic is required to exit that area and exit right at Lee Road this morning. And I believe Chopper is going in, but DOT cam still showing that absolute mess out there. So again, southbound lanes of 417 are currently completely shut down this morning, and all traffic being required to detour onto Lee Vista. Northbound, you're down to 1 travel lane. Again, this is a hazmat situation within this area. Fire rescue, Florida Highway Patrol, and road rangers on scene. Please, guys, wear your seatbelt. Have a blessed day. Thank you for keeping up with me here in Results One, and head over to clickorlando.com for more information. Have a great day.